If you're sitting on a sub 3% mortgage and thinking about selling, stop. Don't even think about it until you count the cost. Because right now, selling your house isn't just a financial move, it's a chess move. And if you do it for the wrong reasons, well, you could spend years regretting it. Here's the truth. You should only sell your house if what you gain is greater than what you lose. On one side, you've got your current home. For a lot of homeowners right now, that beautiful low mortgage rate offers a lot of comfort and predictability, and that weight is heavy. On the other side, what you could gain may be a shorter commute, more space, a better school district, or being closer to the people you love most. The decision to move isn't about the house, it's about which side of the scale is heavier in your actual life. And right now, if you've got a great low mortgage, most of the time you can't beat it. In America, we have a 30-year fixed mortgage, and maybe very soon, even 50-year mortgages, and that's unheard of in most countries. But here's the thing. At least right now, you can't take your mortgage with you. And when you sell, your rate resets. So on this side of the ledger, you've got one extremely powerful reason to stay put. So in this video, we're gonna break down everything that goes onto the other side of the scale. And if and only if the total weight on this side of the scale exceeds the other side, should you sell. Your home used to be perfect for you, but life changes. You see, when you buy a house, at that exact moment in time, it probably fit your needs best. The decision you made when you bought this house were optimized around the problems you had then. But of course, life isn't static. Before the 2008 housing crash, the average American moved every 7 years. And that was about right. In 7 years, enough of your life changes where a new house is warranted and not just frivolous. But after the crash, that average grew to 10 years. And now post-pandemic, that has grown to 12 years. Now this growth on one level makes complete sense. One of the biggest way to lose your net worth in home ownership is selling too frequently. But due to market turmoil, now people are locked into lower rates. We're at a fascinating inflection point where you won the lottery with your low mortgage rate, but every day and year, your house becomes more hostile to your life. Maybe it started small, your office creeping into the dining room, toys covering every square inch, or your once cozy kitchen now feels like a traffic jam. Or maybe your job moved, your kids got older, or your priorities shifted completely. The truth is, houses don't often grow with you. They stay frozen in the chapter where you bought them. So the question becomes, when does giving up your great mortgage rate make sense? First of all, the bar should be high. You don't sell your house unless you have a very good reason to do so. You sell because the home that once served your life doesn't anymore. And by the way, any realtor who downplays your low rate, fire them. That's clearly not advice, that is self-interest. The right realtor will help you see both sides of the scale clearly and help you move when and only when it truly serves you. There's a concept in behavioral economics called loss aversion. We hate losing something good more than we love getting something better. And that's what's happening to homeowners right now. Millions of homeowners are frozen in place because they don't want to lose their low mortgage rate, even though their daily lives are objectively worse. But here's the data. Researchers show that most homeowners finally move when their new rate is about 2% higher than the one they already have. So if your rate is 3% today, you'll budget 5%. If you're at 4%, you'll move at 6%, and so on. So there's a pain threshold in moving. And that's very good to consider where your threshold is compared to your peers. You won't get caught off guard when you see others in your shoes making the same move. And it can help you be ready when rates drop into your zone. Now, experts expect rates to slowly come down over the next couple of years. And that's good news, but it's not a reason to wait forever. Because if you've already outgrown your home, waiting for the perfect rate could cost you another year of frustration, missed opportunity, and wasted time. It's kind of like your phone battery. When it was brand new, it lasted all day without you even thinking about it. Then one day it dies a little earlier, then a little earlier. But one day you woke up wondering what happened, and that's what happened when you outgrew a house. That discomfort builds slowly. And in the old days, you started looking at houses and getting ready to move, but now you're in a mortgage prison, and those days seem long gone. You adjusted, you adapted, and you tolerated. But we're on the other side of the spectrum. You've long since given up hope. You've gone through the 4 stages of grief, resigning yourself to the house as prison. But it won't always be that way. We'll come back to that. Now, a house is a shelter, but location is a lifestyle. If your commute has stretched from 30 minutes to 90, if your kid's school or social life occurs across town, or if your neighborhood just doesn't feel like yours anymore, that's a signal. Convenience is overrated. Time is the most expensive thing you spend. So when you calculate affordability, don't just look at the monthly payments. Add in gas, time, wear and tear, and stress. That's the real cost of location. If your new job or new rhythm is far enough away that every deal feels like a grind, it's worth rolling the numbers on moving closer. And remember, location decisions compound. An extra 45 minutes a day doesn't sound huge until you realize that's 188 hours a year behind the wheel. By the way, that's a month of your life. A lower rate is effectively free money, but consider this. The only non-renewable resource you have on this planet is time, and you don't get any more of it. If you can redeem that time listening to audiobooks or whatever, that's great. But consider the high cost of time that you never get back with the people you love. Sometimes it's not about the house at all. It's about the life that the house locks you into. And you can have a 2.5% mortgage and still feel broke. Between property taxes, groceries, childcare, gas, and insurance, your low rate might save you $500 a month, but your zip code could cost you $2,000. If you can move to a more affordable city and actually improve your quality of life, that's not a downgrade. That's actually a life upgrade. And then there's the one reason that trumps them all: family. The number of times you see your parents, your siblings, your friends, it's finite. Sure, you can make more money, but you can't make more time, especially with your loved ones. When you have kids, every year you spend away from your family is a year you can't redo. A grandparent's age, friends drift, and suddenly you realize your someday move to be closer to your tribe should have been yesterday. It takes a village. And sometimes that village is worth more than any mortgage rate in the world. Okay, let's talk strategy. If you didn't have that low mortgage rate, you probably have already sold your house. But at 2.5%, that's a golden ticket courtesy of the US government. So should you rent the house out instead? Well, maybe, but first let me be blunt. Most amateur landlords get destroyed. Being a landlord is the opposite of a passive income. It is a second job, one that can involve 2 a.m. plumbing calls, late rent, and legal headaches you never saw coming. And my advice is this: if you're going to do it well. That means either committing to learn to be a great landlord or hiring a property manager. A good manager can cut deep into your profit margins, and if you're not committed to learning the ropes, it's worth every penny. But you need to do your research if you're going to go down this rabbit hole. Rental laws vary wildly. Some cities favor landlords, others favor tenants, sometimes to the point where you can't even raise rent or evict easily. If you're leaving a house behind in a tenant-friendly city, even a 2% mortgage might not be enough to make it worth the risk. That all goes into your equation. Again, do your homework. Talk to trusted local investors or property managers before you rent. Why not just Airbnb it instead? A few years ago, Airbnb looked like a perfect fallback. Rent it out, cash flow, and boom. But cities have caught on. Today, many cities require short-term rental permits, and the number of those permits are capped. And in some markets, if you don't already have one, you're out of luck. Other cities require your property to be your primary residence, which kills the plan of turning your old house into a cash machine. And some cities only allow short-term rentals if you also maintain a long-term rental on the same property. So again, before you can assume you can Airbnb your home, again, do your homework and check your city rules. If you're not sure, reach out. I can connect you with a realtor who knows your local regulations and it can tell you whether it's even possible. Don't skip this step. It's where so many people get burned. Back to the scale. Now, we've talked a lot of strategy in this video, but here's what it ultimately boils down to. The accumulation of all the reasons to move need to outweigh your reason to stay. And it's true that this side has never been heavier. But as rates slowly creep back down, this side of the scale slowly loses its power. The key is to know when the inflection point is for you and to be ahead of it to be ready to make your move. Subscribe for more tips.